Welcome to the Fundamentals of Human Resource Management, PERS1226. This video will give you an overview and orientation to the course. In this presentation, we're going to be covering the following topics. We'll introduce you to the instructors of this course. We'll discuss the delivery. We'll go over the teaching and learning plan, the textbook that is required, how the modules are set up, the assignments that relate to this course, as well as how you will be tested on the information. My name is Susan Ehlert, and I'm going to be the instructor for you in this course for the first 7 weeks. And then after the reading week, there'll be a change in your instructor, and Stephen Carroll will be your main instructor for the final 7 weeks of this course. So hello, my name is Susan Ehlert, and I've been teaching PERS 1226 for 5 years now, and specifically into the Brewmaster program. I have a lot of experience in HR. My background has been working with Canadian Tire as well as the casino as HR practitioner. I have my Certified Human Resource Leader professional designation. I have a Master's of Science in Education, and I'm very close to being finished my PhD in business management, specifically in the area of HR. So on the screen here, you can see my contact information. So there you see my email for the college. And in terms of office hours and connecting with me, I find that usually most inquiries come around test time or assignment submission dates. And so I've found that in the past when I set up office hours, I never ever see any students. Mostly my communication with students comes in through emails and questions. So for this course, if you want to talk to me about anything, please just shoot me an email, and if I can't respond to it over the email, we can set up a Zoom call and I can help you and support you in whatever questions you might have around the course in that manner. This course is delivered fully online. There will be weekly live lectures, and those lectures are held every Monday from 1:30 to 3 p.m. So the first week of class, or first week of the course, I have pre-recorded the lectures just because our class is scheduled on the first day of the week. I thought it would be helpful to you to just give you that time to help you get yourself organized, get acquainted with the Blackboard shell, view the course orientation material, and to do that as time permits and to your own convenience. But as we move into week 2, we will start to have those live lectures, and so our live lectures will start on Monday, May the 17th. And so you'll be able to access those lectures via a link that's set up in the Blackboard course shell. We do have a teaching and learning plan for this course, as does every Niagara College course. And basically that document is a week-by-week schedule of all the readings, the chapter readings, the assignments, and the test dates. So everything that you need to know to get yourself organized will be outlined in that teaching and learning plan. So I definitely, from my end, for my first 7 weeks, the way how everything has been scheduled out in the TLP has already been set out, and it has been posted for you in the course information section of Blackboard. Professor Carroll may make some changes to the TLP. He'll let you know when he first meets with you, if there's going to be some changes or not. Otherwise, it's a static document for the first 7 weeks, and so you can rely on that in terms of understanding and knowing when the due dates are or the test times are. As I said, if you're wanting to know where you can find the teaching and learning plan, you just go into the course shell. You click on the course information link, and then once you go into that section of Blackboard, you will see under my photo and contact information, you will see the teaching and learning plan listed right there. We do have a textbook for this course. It's called Understanding Human Resources Management, A Canadian Perspective, and the author for this textbook is Peacock, Stewart, and Belcourt. It's published by Cengage, and it's the first Canadian edition. So I strongly recommend that you purchase this textbook. The tests, there are 3 tests in this course, and the questions in those tests will be heavily reliant, or I will draw very much from the content in this textbook. So I would say that purchasing that textbook is mandatory. Each week there will be a module that is released. So expect that to open up for you every Monday. And in that module, it will outline the learning outcomes for the week. It will also include a list of what chapter you should be reading, which will align to the teaching learning plan. And that module will also include a chapter PowerPoint for you to use in your studying and preparation for the tests. Where can you find those weekly modules? So once you're in the course shell for this class, you just click on the tab that says weekly modules, and it will take you into a section that has all the folders for each of the modules. And as I said in the previous slide, they will be released to you week by week. There are 2 assignments in this course. They're both worth 10%. The first assignment will be within the first 7 weeks, and the second assignment is due within the second 7 weeks of the course. So the first one that's coming up is a legal scavenger hunt, and that's due Thursday, June the 3rd. That assignment is already posted, so you can already proceed to take a look at it and even maybe start to work on it, because as I said, it is due June 3rd. You don't have to wait to June 3rd to submit it. You could get it done this week. You could do it anytime between now and then. So if you don't have a lot of deliverables at the moment, I would recommend that you get started on that. So where are you going to find those assignments? Just click on the assignment tab in Blackboard. That'll take you to the 2 assignment folders. Right now, assignment 2 is not available to you. That will be posted most likely in the reading week at the end of June. Dr. Carroll, Professor Carroll will post that. As I said, assignment 1 is already there and available to you. It's called the Legal Scavenger Hunt. So how do you submit the assignments? So here I've opened up the assignment folder for the Legal Scavenger Hunt, and you have the document that you will open up, the Word document that you open up to read, to find out the description of the assignment. And with that assignment, I can tell you right now, you can just respond to the questions right in the document itself, and then underneath the document description, the assignment description, you'll see there a submission link, and that's where you will submit the assignment to me on by the due date, which is June the 3rd. So I'm sure you have lots of experience in that. This is certainly not this is your final term of your program, so you would have seen that a lot. Once you click on that assignment link, you'll get into a screen that looks very much like this. And so you can you just can click on the browse my computer and to be able to access your assignment, and then you upload it, and then of course don't forget to submit. In addition to the assignments, this course also has 3 tests that are based on the textbook chapter information, as well as the content that is covered in your lectures. So those tests collectively are worth 80% of your grade. And each of those tests, well, that depends. Dr. Carroll will tell you exactly how he's setting up his 2 tests. But for test number 1, you'll be given 2 hours to complete it. And it will be all multiple choice questions in that first test will be worth 30%. And it will be covering chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. But as we get closer to that week, which is week 6, I'll give you more details about test number 1. But again, it will be 2 hours in duration. That link will be open to you Monday and Tuesday of week 6 for you to go on and to complete that test. The format of test 2 and test 3, that will be explained to you by Professor Carroll in week 8. Where will you find the test? So when it comes to test 1, you'll click on weekly modules, and then you're going to see a folder in amongst all of your weekly module folders. It'll be highlighted in red. It will say test 1. And then once we get into the time period for test time, you will just click on that link and it will take you to your first test. And so that test will be done timed and within a specific duration. Okay, so that'll all come up in the announcements, but I already know that it's going to be week 6 and it's going to be the 14th and 15th of June. So I would recommend that you schedule some time in there over those 2 days for you to be able to sit down and write that test. I'd like to go over the test policy. If you miss a test, you get an automatic grade of 0. However, I know that there are certain circumstances that can arise that interfere with a person's ability to write the test in the specified period. Those extenuating circumstances will include things like illnesses, an accident, pre-scheduled surgery, or a death in the family. Those are the extenuating circumstances categories. If you know that there's a funeral scheduled during the time of the test and you can provide documentation of that, or if you have a pre-scheduled surgery, please contact me as soon as you know that. No later than 5 days should you be contacting me prior to the test about circumstances that are affecting your ability to write the test in the specified period. Now remember, this is up to the instructor. I will be judging this on a case-by-case circumstances and decide whatever the reason why you can't write the test in the specified period, if it qualifies as actual legitimate extenuating circumstances. It may be that you cannot contact me prior if you become ill, suddenly ill. You wake up one morning, you're quite sick. I mean, we're living in the time of COVID, so this does happen. So if it's an emergency situation, I need you to contact me immediately so that I know what's going on. If you have an academic accommodation, please let me know in an email. I will be informed, but it's also the onus is on you to let me know if you have an academic accommodation that affects your tests. So please be aware that in circumstances related to academic accommodations, you might get additional time to write the test, but that doesn't allow you to reschedule it. It only means that the duration upon which you are writing the test can be extended. In other words, instead of it being maybe 2 hours, your academic accommodation might be 3 hours that you are given. It doesn't mean that you can write it in a completely different time. That is not given out. I've never seen that. But if you have that, you need to let me know so that I can make arrangements to address that. Finally, I just want to take a moment to say welcome to the course. I hope that you will find the information that is covered in this class useful. And I also want to ask you to please post an introduction in the discussion board. And if you could please do that by Friday, before Friday, May 14th. And I have assigned some grades to that because it's really important for us to create a community. And to do that, the first step in creating that community is sharing a little bit of an introduction of yourself to me. I know that many of you have been in classes together for at least a year, so you've come to know each other quite well, but I don't know you, and I'd like to know you a little bit better. I want to get a little bit of an understanding of what kind of information do you already know about HR? What is your basis that you're building upon? Do you know very little or do you know a lot? Because that will help to inform my instruction and where I will begin when I talk about certain topics related to human resource management. So where are you going to post your introduction? You'll go to, again, the course shell, and you'll click on the link that says discussion board. You can see that right there, discussion board, and it'll take you to this forum that says introductory discussion board. And then on there, you will see the 4 questions that I'm asking you to respond to. Please post your introduction by Friday, May 14th, and that is worth 1% of your grade. Thank you. That's all for today, and I look forward to meeting with you all live for our first live lecture, which will be hosted on Monday, May 17th, starting at 1:30. And to gain access to that live lecture, you just click on Monday's live class. So let me just circle that for you. Monday's live class, that's right there. You just click on that tab. It'll take you to the links to our Blackboard Collaborate live classes.